Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Anaheim Elementary School District November 12th Board Meeting. I am AESD Board President Juan Gabriel Alvarez, and I call this meeting to order at 5 p.m. This meeting is being conducted in person and by means of live video broadcast on our Anaheim Elementary YouTube channel for members of the public. Spanish interpretation of the board meeting is available to attendees. Para español, puede conectarse por teléfono de la siguiente manera. Llame al 216-755-4771. Cuando se le pida, introduzca el PIN o la clave 678-258-744 y la tecla numeral. Any member of the public has the opportunity to address the board in person during the agendized public comments session by 6:30 p.m. Let's begin with board roll call. To my right, we have board member Alva Alvarez.
Present.
We have board member Ryan Relis.
Hello.
Board clerk Jackie Philbeck.
Present.
And I'm Juan Alvarez. Moving on to public speakers for closed session agenda items. Do we have any? No items? Okay, let's move on to adjournment to closed session. Do I have a motion to adjourn to closed session?
So moved.
So moved by A. Alvarez.
A second.
Second by Philbeck. Any discussion? Okay, all in favor say aye. Aye. Okay, any opposed? Abstention. Motion carries 4-0. Let's adjourn to closed session. Good evening. Welcome to the Anaheim Elementary School District November 12th board meeting. I am AESD Board President Juan G. Alvarez. I call this meeting to order at 6:30 p.m. This meeting is being conducted in person and by means of live video broadcast on our Anaheim Elementary YouTube channel for members of the public. Spanish interpretation of the board meeting is available to attendees. Para español puede conectarse por teléfono de la siguiente manera. Llame al 216-755-4771. Cuando se le pida, introduzca el PIN o la clave 678-258-744 y la tecla numeral. Let's go ahead and begin with a flag salute with our superintendent, Jessie Chavarria. Thank you. Let's move on to introductions and roll call. Starting to my right, we have Board Member Alba Alvarez.
Good evening, everybody.
Then we have Board Member Ryan Relis.
Hello.
We have Board Clerk Jackie Philbeck.
Hello, everyone, and welcome.
I'm Juan Alvarez, the President. And let's move on to my left. We have our Superintendent, Jesus Chavarria.
Good evening, everyone.
Dina Mellon, our Assistant Superintendent of Human Resources.
Good evening.
Dr. Yadira Moreno, Assistant Superintendent of Educational Services.
Good evening, everyone.
Matthew Slesser, Assistant Superintendent of Administrative Services.
Good evening.
To my right, we have Belinda Gordia, our Communications Coordinator.
Good evening, everyone.
We have Yesenia Mancha, our Senior Administrative Assistant.
Good evening, everybody.
In the back, we have our interpreters, Alina Avelar Garcia, Ana Acevedo Diaz. And in the back, in the, I guess, the green room. And right here in front, we have Carrie Robertson, Tony Rincon, and Cody Hellman, our technology support. Let's move on to report of closed session action taken. There are no reports. Let's move on to the adoption of the agenda. May I have a motion to approve the agenda?
So moved.
Moved by Reales,
Second.
second by A. Alvarez. Any discussion? All in favor of approving the agenda, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Abstentions? Motion carries 4-0. Moving on to special order of business. We're going to start with recognition of district-wide distinguished fourth grade creative writing project winners. Katie Hernandez, curriculum specialist. Audrey Lujan, head librarian with the Anaheim Public Library. Carol Latham, project chair and president of Altrusa International Foundation of Anaheim. Welcome, everybody.
Hi. Well, good evening, Board President Alvarez, members of the board. Before I turn it over to our curriculum specialist, Katie Hernandez, who will share more information about this awesome opportunity for our fourth graders, I just want to thank Carol Latham, right, from Altrusa International Foundation, as well as Audrey Lujan from the Anaheim Public Library, our curriculum specialist, Katie Hernandez. I want to thank you on behalf of our students and our parents for this outstanding opportunity to recognize our fourth grade writing project winners. I know they get the opportunity, our fourth graders, to put their creativity, right, in thoughts and opinions into writing, which aligns with our literacy focus. So we appreciate that so much. So on behalf of everybody, thank you so much for your partnership and making this happen for our fourth graders. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Katie Hernandez, and I'm the Literacy Curriculum Specialist here in Anaheim. I'd like to tell you a little bit about why we are all gathered here today. The Anaheim Elementary School District Creative Writing Project was started in 2014 with the support of Altrusa International of Anaheim and the Anaheim Public Library. Its purpose was to encourage the creative writing skills of our fourth grade students and increase their love of reading. It began at Ponderosa Elementary, where there was a library that was shared both by AESD and by the Anaheim Public Library. It has since grown to become a district-wide project that all fourth grade students participate in. The theme of this project is Finding My Voice, Telling My Story. It's an opportunity for students to make connections to their teacher and to each other by writing down stories from their lives that have impacted them in some important way. A judging team at each school selects one fourth grade author to represent their entire school. Today we are recognizing those students as our AESD Distinguished Creative Writers. And I would like to welcome again Carol Latham of Altrusa and Rian also of Altrusa and Audrey Lujan of the Anaheim Public Library. They are going to honor our winners today. And we'll hear from them briefly, and then when your name is read, you'll come up and we will give you your prizes and honor you.
To the Board of Trustees, to parents, to students, to teachers, lovers of reading, lovers of writing, we are delighted. I'm Carol Latham, and with the Altrusa Club of Anaheim and the foundation president. And this project is now in its 11th year. It started, as Katie, you just heard, in Ponderosa. And we did that for a couple of years, and then we added 2 more schools, Lincoln and Olive Street. And you know, there's a matter of timing, and the timing was right, and before we knew it, it was available to all of the 4th grade students in all of the 23 elementary schools. We also recently added, this is our 2nd year, 2 schools in Anaheim that are part of the Centralia Elementary School District. This project is a project of love, and you heard the prompt. It's finding my voice, telling my story. It's an opportunity for these young writers to share their experiences, and some of the stories that we read are funny, some of them are heartbreaking, some of them are just wonderful. They go into what's known as a zine, and that zine, and I'm sure Audrey will talk a little bit more about that, will be available not only in the school libraries, but also throughout the Anaheim Public Library system. So the beauty of this is that all of these distinguished writers are not just writers, they are published authors. And my message to them and to the parents is keep on reading, keep on writing, keep on expressing yourselves, because no matter what it is that you write or what it is that you say out loud, it matters. Your voices matter, your words matter, and they are heard, they are read, they are appreciated. And as a result of that, so many doors will open for you. So my wish for you is that you continue reading, continue writing, because who knows what's ahead for each and every one of you. Thank you. I wanted to formally introduce Rian Boydston Howard, our club president.
Okay, that's really hard to follow. Okay, I really hate following Carol Latham when we do presentations. She is so eloquent. She has it all together. I watched you all. You're mesmerized by her. So now go ahead, get on your phones, because now I'm going to talk, okay? All right? Okay. First of all, I am your city librarian, your city librarian, your city librarian, your city librarian, okay? And like Carol said, it's really important, in order to become an author, you have to read. So you have those, the choice of words. These, the writings by the students are masterpieces. And yes, they will be in all of my 11 library outlets. We've got from east to west 11 Anaheim Public Library outlets. Okay, so first of all, who all has a library card? Raise your hand. I gotta see some parents raising their hands. I gotta see some school board members raising their hands. And where's your superintendent? Oh, okay, all right, okay. So anyways, okay, so now that's good. We need, next year when I come back, I need some more hands raised. But for the parents or the children, authors, do they make much money? Yes, no. All right, so, and remember, this is the beginning of writing, the beginning, correct? So anybody have any idea? I'll pick out an author. David Baldacci. Anybody know, want to guess at how much he makes a year? Go ahead. Close. 9 million. Whoa. That's right. Whoa. Okay. So parents, does anybody, parents, do you want any of your kids to become the next Ivanovich, Janet Ivanovich for the females, or David Baldacci? If you do, raise your hands. All right. That's right. Because guess what? That beautiful home in Malibu is all yours. It's all yours. Okay. So, like Katie said, we're going to be short. I'm going to cut it off here. So, remember, come to the Anaheim Public Library to visit, to check out materials. If you don't have a library card, and I did scan it. I remember your faces, the one that didn't raise your hands. Okay. Come to Anaheim Public Library. I'm at the Central Library. And say hello. And also keep reading and writing. I do believe one of the things in the packet is a journal. Okay, so the students, the scholars, are going to be getting journals in the packet. They'll explain everything in there. But that's important. Capture your thoughts for that day, that week, etc. And congratulations, this is huge. Okay.
Audrey mentioned a packet. Carol, would you like to show them their distinguished authors, what they're getting? Well, she does this. I'm going to let you know I'm going to be calling your names. If I say your name incorrectly, please let me know, because just like words are important, names are important. So let me know and we'll get it fixed, okay? And we're going to show you what you're getting tonight. Your stories are all in there.
You get a certificate from Alchusa. You get a certificate from Congressman Lou Correa. You get from Vincent Sarmiento. You get a certificate from him. You also get one from, who's this one from? Oh, Sharon Kirk Silver, Assemblywoman. And the last one is from Legislative Thomas Umberg.
That's us.
Last but by no means least, you get one from the district. So there's some serious hardware in this. The other thing that you get is your own. I can't tell you how much I enjoy when I get on some of the school campuses and I see previous winners wearing this. I get jazzed. So, okay.
And Ms. Latham, they also get, from our board, a gold medal. Yes.
That's our first one. All right, are you guys ready? Remember, if I say your name incorrectly, please fix it for me. All right, from Clara Barton, we have Samantha Salvador. Come on up. Congratulations. We'll let her get started and we'll call our next. From Thomas Edison, we have Sarah Ramirez. Congratulations. From Benjamin Franklin, we have Nicholas Ramirez. Congratulations. From Gower, Mia Mock. Did I say it right? Kind of. How do you want me to say it? Say it again. Oh, I just have a terrible accent. I was close. All right, from James Gwynn, Devin Vu. Congratulations. From Patrick Henry, Amethyst Gandara. From Thomas Jefferson, Emerald Luna. From Benito Juarez, Tatiana Novalta. From Abraham Lincoln, Deborah Cisneros. Congratulations. Say it again? Titana. It was Titana. I added an I in her name. Titania. Got it. She's from Juarez. From Loera, Eric Chow. He is here. Great. Congratulations. From Madison, Justine Santa Ana. There she comes. From Man, Logan Rodriguez. Congratulations. From Marshall, Camila Lopez. Looks like we're a little backed up for a moment, so we'll hang on and let these kids move through. All right, we got Marshall, good. Okay, from Olive, Rosa Carmen. Congratulations. Oh yeah. From Orange Grove, Ariana Sanchez. Congratulations. From Price, Miriam Silva. Uh-oh, I didn't hear cheers. All right, we'll make sure we get that to her. Price we can set aside. From Revere, Lexi Castorena. Congratulations. From Roosevelt, Maya Detisik. Was I close? Dedicek? Maya Dedicek. Thank you. This is Roosevelt. Price we set aside, yeah. From Ross, Scarlett Pineda. Congratulations. From Stoddard, Mateo Orellana Lopez. You're gonna make that 9 million, right? All right, congratulations. From Sunkist, Juliana Munoz Reyes. And I'm guessing that from Westmont, we have Lily Freeland. Come on up. Congratulations.
We're going to go ahead and take a 5-minute recess just to make sure we're all okay. Greeting everybody and taking pictures. Thank you.
Dal. We'll see you tomorrow, no? Yeah, like. Don't we have a meeting? 10:30. No, okay. Have a good night. Yeah, ándale. Nos vemos. Cindy, how's it going? I think so. Do I have mine?
Jesse, can we get a picture of you?
Sure.
Did anybody want to say comments regarding the Altrusa writing project? Or are we good to move on?
I just want to speak to really quick. When they were talking about the love of reading, I could not agree more. As a avid lover of reading and books and anything that I can get my hands on, I'm so glad and so excited to see that these children are getting this opportunity, not only to fall in love with reading, but then to know how much, what a world it creates for them, right? What doors it opens for them. So what a wonderful award and what a wonderful distinction. And I'm so glad that we got to be a part of being able to witness that for them.
I just want to say congratulations to all of the students. I had the honor of being a judge, but not for our district, for Centralia. I was a judge. And to thank Altrusa, you know, this program has grown and grown and grown over the years, because I remember at the beginning of being on this board, it was kind of just starting, so like 10 years ago. And now it's just become so magnificent and it's grown. So thank you to Altrusa for the commitment and the loyalty to keep this going, and also to the Anaheim Public Library, which always, Audrey's great, and she always, the partnerships with them are great. So this is one of the happiest times is when the students get honored for their essays. And it was really, I can tell you, they're good. I mean, it was hard to decide for the groups that I decided for. It was almost at one point I was like, oh man, you know, they're all so good. It's really interesting, and you just want to give them all, you know, congratulate them all. But anyway, so thank you to Altrusa, thank you to the Anaheim Public Library, and to the parents and everyone that helps get these things out there. And to our district too, it's really something positive that's grown, and I appreciate that it's still so fully supported in all the schools now. So that's it.
Okay, thank you. Okay, moving on to our next recognition of the Disneyland Resort, our Superintendent Jesus Chavarria.
Once again, good evening, board, members of the community. This evening, we want to recognize Disneyland Resort for their Workforce Development Award that they give our district. I know Mark Anderson, our coordinator of music and arts, will share a little bit more in terms of what that donation means or that award means to our district. But we just want to thank our Disney Resort for your partnership and collaboration in supporting our outstanding music program and arts program that we have in our district. So I believe here today we have Jada Young from Disney, as well as Jennifer Monroy, Kim Chips, Katie Marquez, and Zara Runyan, I believe, are here. So I'm going to turn it over to our coordinator, who will share some words in terms of what the $100,000 that they donate to Anaheim Elementary means in terms of our outstanding music and arts programs. Mark?
Good evening, Board President, board members, Superintendent, Cabinet. Thank you for having us here tonight. My name is Mark Anderson, and I'm the coordinator for music and arts for the Anaheim Elementary School District. We are proud to share that Disneyland has once again committed $100,000 through the Workforce Grant Program to support our growing music and arts programs across AESD. This partnership, titled Broadway Bound and Beyond, is being spent to directly support site-directed musicals while also purchasing instruments that need to be replaced in our current inventory. Each year, as our program matures, we are evaluating which instruments are still playable, which of them can be repaired, and which ones need to be replaced. This helps us build sustainable practices for the future of our program. These investments provide all students with high-quality, student-centered, culturally relevant experiences that foster creativity, student collaboration, and social emotional learning through arts education. We are deeply grateful for the continued partnership with Disneyland for helping us make these life-changing opportunities possible for every student in AESD. And with that, I will turn it over to Jada.
Thank you so much, Mark. Good evening, board members, community members. I am so honored to be here. As mentioned, my name is Jada Young, and I am a Disney ambassador for Disneyland Resort, which means that I get to represent the 36,000 cast members back at the resort and tell their story. As Mark mentioned, we have a long-standing history of supporting the Anaheim Elementary School District, and tonight we are so proud that we get to be here specifically to not only support, but to recognize the importance of arts in schools, specifically the Broadway-bound musical theater program that Mark has spoken about, and the 6th grade musical instruments programs. I myself can recognize the importance in arts in schools. I think that Disneyland as a resort and the leaders, we see that when you have arts in schools, it teaches kids not only things about creativity, collaboration, but leadership and beyond. When I was, in my young life, I got to be a part of many arts programs. I was in show choir, I learned piano lessons, and it was in these programs that I learned the value of leadership. I gained confidence in myself. I understood the importance of not just representing your story, but working together with your team members to tell a collective story. And I think that the creativity that you have through these arts programs is really what allows children and others to explore that in their adult lives and beyond. So as a Disney ambassador now, I recognize the skills that I have learned in those programs helped me. And we get to speak about so many different stories. Specifically recently, I'm sure many of you have seen that back at the resort, we are celebrating 70 years of happiness. We have the 70th anniversary happening. And that celebration is all about celebrating the happiness that we've created together. So in honor of the 70th anniversary, I'm really proud that we get to present this very giant and very exciting check of $100,000 to Broadway and Beyond. And again, I just want to thank the board members, Mark and your team, and we're really grateful that children will get to experience the arts through these programs, and we'll get to see our new leaders of the future. So thank you.
Okay, on to news and updates. Oh, sorry, I've got a comment, I forgot.
I just want to say thank you so much to Disney, not only for this $100,000, but for the many other ways that they also support us. I mean, I've been at schools when they brought books and supplies, and Mickey Mouse has come out, and I just want to say thank you for the collaboration and the partnership, for noticing us and for trying to support what we do, believing in us, and we just really, really appreciate the Disney Resort for the generosity that they repeatedly show us year after year. So thank you.
Thank you. Okay, moving on to news and updates. The Parent Leadership Group update is the PTA president here, Maritza Bermudez. Any PTA members in her place? No? Okay. All right, association update, Cindy Timoti for AEEA.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Cindy Timoti. I'm the president of Anaheim Elementary Education Association, and I am here to speak tonight on behalf of all the teachers who filled out a survey to talk about the ways that they appreciate our current superintendent. So I just wanted to review for all the every educational partner in our district to hear what the results were. So, Superintendent Chavarria requested a survey be sent to certificated members with the goal of hearing their voices regarding his performance from their perspective. AEA worked to create a survey and sent it out to all AEA members. We received approximately 20% return rate, which is consistent with what we usually get on surveys and elections. 80% of the respondents believe that the superintendent communicates a clear and compelling vision focused on student success and equity. 75% of the respondents understand how their work as a teacher connects to the superintendent's vision for AESD. 70% of the respondents believe that the superintendent's actions work to reflect what is best for students, staff, and the AESD community. 70% of the respondents believe the superintendent's leadership fosters a district culture that encourages reflection, improvement, and shared success. Respondents were also given the opportunity to leave a comment at the end of the survey. Based on the comments that were provided, I'll spare reading all of them for you. I did read every single one, and it was very hard to put it in a summary form. So I did the new thing, and I put it into Google AI. And I said, summarize these statements. And here's what it came back with. So the key themes from the comments were strong leadership. Many feel that Superintendent Chavarria is doing a great job and shows exceptional leadership and leads with a clear vision. Some specifically point out that he has handled the challenges facing the district well. He is approachable and personable. He is described as relatable, kind, honest, and caring. People feel he is approachable, easy to talk to, and regularly visible at school campuses. He has a connection to the community and the staff. As a former teacher in the district, he is seen as understanding the needs and history of the AESD community and its employees. He has effective communication. His communication is frequently mentioned, particularly his regular newsletters and staff appreciation shout-outs, which boost morale. He is also noted for being responsive and personable when staff reach out with concerns. He has a student-centered focus. Comments indicate he genuinely cares about the students, their well-being, and academic achievement, focusing on things like literacy instruction and helping all students succeed. He is empathetic and genuine. Several people mentioned his empathy and genuine concern for staff, students, and family. He is seen as a genuine and interested listener. He has a positive impact on morale. Many comments state that morale has improved under his guidance and that he promotes a positive environment. So again, my purpose for this tonight is to bring light again to our satisfaction with our current superintendent, and we hope that this is taken into consideration during future discussions of his performance evaluation during closed session. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Now we have Kathy Hurd for CSEA, right? Thank you.
Good evening. I'm here because Maribel is out ill, so I'm representing CSEA today. The survey gathered input from 173 classified employees across the district. The results provide insight into the employee perceptions of communication, leadership, and workplace culture under the superintendent's direction. Many respondents expressed appreciation for efforts towards openness, transparency, and a focus on students and staff. General perception of superintendent leadership. Many staff acknowledge that the superintendent demonstrates commitment to AESD's mission, articulates a clear vision, and works to connect decisions to student outcomes. Several employees commented positively on approachability, honesty, and efforts to build relationships with staff across departments. There is recognition that the superintendent is visible at sites and district events, signaling an effort to remain connected with employees. Staff value the superintendent's transparent communication style, particularly in sharing district priorities and financial realities. Some employees note that they appreciate his focus on stability and long-term improvement, even amid fiscal challenges. A few respondents see a renewed emphasis in collaboration between leadership and school sites, especially around student-focused initiatives. Areas of strength, vision and direction. Staff recognizes that the superintendent maintains a clear student-centered focus aligned with the AESD's goals of equity and excellence, transparency and engagement. Employees appreciate open dialogue and opportunities to provide input through surveys, site visits, and meetings. Visibility and accessibility. Classified employees note the superintendent's presence at school sites and community events, which contributes to stronger district relationships. Collaborative culture. Some staff describe increased collaboration among departments and leadership teams under the superintendent's guidance. Commitment to continuous improvement. Several comments reflect appreciation for efforts to identify areas of need and improve systems district-wide. Professionalism and integrity. Employees acknowledge a consistent effort to maintain integrity, fairness, and professionalism at the district leadership level. Focus on student success. Many respondents connect leadership decisions to student outcomes, recognizing a district-wide commitment to learning and support. Effort to build trust. Some employees perceive a deliberate attempt to rebuild trust between central office leadership and site-based staff. I have only two questions. Number one, how was the survey presented to our classified employees? And number two, why did so few classified employees respond, considering we are the largest group at AESD? Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, on to district news and updates. Belinda Gordillo, Communications Coordinator.
Good evening, Board of Education, Cabinet, and Community. My name is Belinda Gordillo, and I'm going to be sharing the district news and updates with you. Okay, so for October, the most improved attendance from all of our 23 schools was Sunkist Elementary, and they were celebrated with a paleta card and from our district employees. And so we want to thank our school community over at Sunkist for a great job. And then on October 8th, which was the date of our last board meeting, so I didn't get to share this, but our school family and community engagement department hosted a field trip for our parents. They took a bus over to Irvine Regional Park, and they experienced firsthand what a field trip is like for their child at AESD, and they were able to collaborate with our friends from Inside the Outdoors. And so it was a really fun morning for our families. And this isn't the first year that they've done it. This is something that's been reoccurring through this school SFACE department. And then on October 13th, the Anaheim Public Utilities Department from Anaheim invited us to their new Sustainability Education Center. And so we had students from Jefferson, Roosevelt, and Olive Street join, and they were able to try out their new Sustainability Education Center. This is going to be open to the public, and so this is a great way that students are going to learn about conservation, water efficiency through hands-on activities. It's really fun, so if you're able to make it, I encourage everybody to do so. And we had representatives from the city and from our district attend this ribbon-cutting ceremony. Okay, on October 15th, our human resources team hosted an administrator induction collaboration in which our administrators worked towards clearing their credentials. And so they work in these groups and meetings they have so that they could increase their leadership skills. So it's a really valuable program for our staff. And then on October 23rd, our school family and community engagement team hosted a Lights On After School at Betsy Ross. Lights On After School is a national celebration in which people share how important it is to have these before and after school programs for our families. And so Our S-Face team went all out, had this event hosted at Betsy Ross, but for the whole district. And everybody came out. We got to see an anti-bullying demonstration from CF Fitness, which was a lot of fun. And then we also showed all of the different programs that AESD has, like our award-winning DLI program, our award-winning music programs, and also our friends from the Anaheim Public Library came out and shared resources as well. So it was a great night for everybody. And then on the 24th of October, we participated in the City of Anaheim Dia de los Muertos event, which takes place year after year. And our PTAs, they're very strong at AESD. They literally work in putting together these big altars representing each school. So we have a lot of parent involvement, as well as we had present performances from our Baile Folclórico groups and also our district-wide all-star mariachi group. So it was a great evening for everybody. And then on the 24th of October, AESD participated once again in the Anaheim Halloween Parade, and we had our students performing from our showcase band, our Lincoln drumline, and as well as our cheer squad. And then we also had representation from several of our schools, and of course Board of Education and our cabinet was all there also in the celebration. And then on November 3rd, there was a really wonderful event at Orange Grove Elementary. This was made possible by a teacher named Mrs. Polizzi. She actually applied for this opportunity, went against a lot of other districts and schools that wanted this opportunity, and they selected Orange Grove because of her application. And so the students of Orange Grove were able to have some of the players from the Mighty Ducks, Nikita Nestorenko and also Ian Moore, and they read a book to the students. They visited classrooms along with their mascot Wild Wing, and then the school received a lot of cool swag. So it was such a fun day, and it was really to share the importance of literacy and just working together with this wonderful organization to share the love of literacy throughout our school. Okay, and then on November 3rd, another Dia de los Muertos event. This took place at UCI, and this is the third year that we participate, and this is again thanks to our school family and community engagement team who supports this year after year. We had students from Horace Mann, from Baile Folclórico, and then we had our district all-star mariachi group participate and perform, and so it was a great evening for everybody. And then on November 6th, AESD launched their very new book vending machine that's at every single school. We have these amazing book vending machines. On the side it says, readers are leaders. And we went to Jefferson that day, along with Clifford the Big Red Dog. Our friends from the library came out as well. And we unveiled this great thing for all of our students, also to increase our literacy efforts here at AESD. So what's going to happen is whenever it's a child's birthday, they're going to get a gold coin, and they're going to be able to insert it and pick the book of their choice. And that day, we actually had 5 or 6 students that had a birthday within that time, and they were able to go select a book. And then we also garnered a lot of media attention for that, and that was a great day for everybody. So thanks to our friends at Scholastics for making this possible too. Okay, and then on November 4th and 6th, I've mentioned the Anaheim Public Library. They have really partnered up with us a lot, especially this year, and they've provided field trips for our parents to come and see firsthand what resources they provide. There are so many different resources that people can't even imagine that are free for the community. So not only do they have a parent and student walking field trip there, but they also had parents come and tour, and this is just one or two of many. There's going to be several others coming up in the future. So thank you so much to the Anaheim Public Library. And then on November 15th, just this past weekend, there was a speech warm-up tournament, and it was held at Santa Ana College, and we had students from Barton, Edison, Franklin, Gower, Jefferson, Juarez, Madison, Ponderosa, Stoddard, and Ross participate. And then we had one of our former students who she was able to be a judge, and her little sister this year is in there. So it was just a great morning for everybody, and the kids were able to work on their speech and debate skills. Okay, and then this past weekend, the Orange County Department of Education invited AESD because we have two special teachers. We have Lauren Hastings, she's a 6th grade teacher at Orange Grove, who was a nominee at county level as Teacher of the Year. And then we have Megan Lee, she's a transitional kindergarten teacher at Loera, and she's gone on to state level. So this is huge. These two teachers are very deserving, and they were able to celebrate this past weekend at the Disneyland Hotel. And that's it. Thank you. Do you have any questions? Ooh. You guys should come more often. Give me any questions? No questions? Thank you.
Thank you. All right, did we get any additional speaker cards besides their group? Okay, no, okay. All right, moving on to the superintendent's report. Superintendent's report, opportunity for the superintendent to share matters of special interest or importance.
Just a correction, Ms. Gordillo. I think we can't foresee the future. I think it's in November 15th. I think it was November 8th, the speech and debate contest. So in case people were wondering, November 15th, man, these guys can predict the future, right? But thank you for that outstanding report. Well, good evening once again, board members, members of the community. I'm here to just give a quick update. As you know, our focus is literacy. Our main focus is to provide an excellent educational experiences for every one of our students. So sometimes we look at, in terms of our leadership team, our cabinet, and working with our board, what could be some things that can get in the way of us achieving those goals. And we call these operational risks. So in collaboration with our leadership team, we have identified 3 operational risks that I want to share with the board tonight. These are fiscal solvency, special education performance and restructuring, and community schools team costs. Not necessarily that the cost team is not doing their job effectively, but I'll explain a little bit more what we mean by that. So first, fiscal solvency. So we are running a deficit of $36 million. We have an ending fund balance of $90 million. If we continue on this path and we don't make any changes, we will not meet our 30-year out, right? So we would go broke based on what we have in the savings. So there is a need for us to take a look at what we can do in terms of providing some ideas and suggestions on how we can work with our budget. So one of the things we want to do in cabinet is hold monthly fiscal review sessions with cabinet and look at different things that we're doing. And in particular, as we work with our associations, looking at vacancies, positions that become vacant, and the need to fill them or not. The other thing is, as we work on a 3-year stabilization plan, is going deep and looking at every contract that we have, every expense that we have in terms of materials and supplies, every conference that we attend, because we always want to look at all those costs before we look at anything else. And another piece to this too is creating what they call the core program, meaning what is the most essential that we need to have regardless of budget. And that's how we can work from there. So we are working really hard in terms of our attendance initiatives. And if we can improve that, remember we have almost 20% chronic absenteeism, we can improve our ADA, which means we can get some more revenue. And we will work to provide the board with quarterly fiscal updates. So we do that already in the form of the first interim, second interim, adopted budget, and unaudited actuals. But what we want to do whenever we do that presentation, we want to add another component to that to inform the board of where we are in terms of putting a plan together to make our budget more stable. And then the other risk factor that we identify is special education, performance, and restructuring. There are several elements in terms of what we call compliance. We're calling it performance, but one of those is IEP timelines, one of the 13 factors. So we want to set a compliance task force to review IEP timelines, to look at those IEPs. We also want to make sure that we're targeting the right professional development to our SD teachers, as well as gen ed teachers. As you know, the movement is to mainstream more of our special needs students into our classrooms, but do our teachers have that capacity, to support that? And we're finding that there's training that is required, so we'll put a plan in place for that. And then we also want to put together a dashboard that shows us the performance of our special ed students so that we can work hard to make sure, like I stated earlier on, we want to provide every student with an excellent educational experience, and we want to make sure we're adhering to that. And then special education is not just the responsibility of the special education department. This is work that needs to be shared by everyone across the departments, and so that's the conversation that we're having. How can everybody contribute to the success of making sure that our performance in special education and our restructure is successful? And then the third risk factor that we identified, it has to do with, like I mentioned, chronic absenteeism. Even though we've done an excellent job of bringing it down from 30-something% to 20%, we still have 20%. That means there are students who are not in our classrooms. And if they're not in our classrooms, even if we have the best excellent teaching happening, they're not learning. The other thing that we have seen and I have identified is behavior, in particular in TK, kinder, and first grade, and the need to work on that and support that. And then mental health, that's always essential. Coming back from COVID, you know that has become something that our students are in need of and support. And we believe that working with the cost team, we can address all three of those things. Of course, it's not entirely up to the cost team to figure out by themselves. So that's why we want to look at redefining the cost team roles and maybe adding some of our current employees to be part of that team. We also have to make sure that we implement a district-wide MTSS system that addresses the three things that I just mentioned: behavior, attendance, and mental health. And we want to make sure that we provide trauma-informed training to our TK through first grade teachers so that they can support our students in those grades. And once again, it falls under this attendance campaign district-wide, because we want to make sure that our students are coming to our classrooms to learn. And then we want to conduct site-based case meetings. I know pupil services has been working hard with our cost team to redefine and how we support. We are looking to structure it. Right now we meet whole group. We're finding that that's not as effective as we want it to be, so we are going to actually put them into cohorts, smaller groups of 4 to 5 schools where we can work more directly with them. And right now, the thinking is that we have principal PLC groups. If we can cohort those cost teams into the same makeup of those principal PLC groups, we can see more direct collaboration even among the site leaders to make those cost teams more effective. So those are the three things that we identify as potentially becoming a roadblock in the success that we want to achieve. So these are just some of the thoughts and ideas at this point. We will work with the team. As I have provided in the Friday board memo, a timeline to the board. I'm presenting this to you today. We will get started on the work, and we'll be coming back to you every 3 months to give you an update in terms of these 3 risk factors that I just mentioned. And I'll open it up to any questions you may have.
Okay, we're good. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, moving on to our presentation from Vista Charter Public Schools for the Palm Lane Charter by Dr. Colin Felch, Superintendent of Vista Charter Public Schools.
All right. Good evening, President Alvarez, members of the board, Superintendent Chavarria, staff. It's a pleasure to be here this evening. My name is Dr. Colin Felch, Superintendent of Vista Charter Public Schools. First, I want to thank our students, parents, and staff who are here this evening in support of Palm Lane. Thank you for coming. Tonight, we're thrilled to celebrate the improvement and highlight a number of the amazing things that have transpired over the past 3 years at Palm Lane. Back in 2022, when this board approved the material revision for Palm Lane to be adopted under Vista's umbrella, one of the other major things that was added was the name Global Academy into Palm Lane's name. Those two words extend well beyond the name of the school and have become integrated in just about everything that we do. Our mission and vision is to prepare our students not only to build a foundation of college and career readiness, but also to prepare our students to become globally competent. That global competence is demonstrated through Palm Lane's Portrait of a Graduate that you see up there, which features our 4 global performance outcomes: investigate the world, weigh perspectives, communicate ideas, and take action. Our students are our future, and it's imperative that we equip them with the skills, the knowledge, and the dispositions in order to positively impact the world around them. And Ms. Prado will touch on that a little bit more in this presentation. As we look at some of Palm Lane's metrics, Palm Lane's enrollment has remained consistent in the high 200s over the past 5 years, and we're proud that Palm Lane has not had a single suspension since the 21-22 school year. We attribute that to the positive school culture that has been built, cemented with strong bonds between staff, students, and parents. We also focus heavily on restorative practices, especially with our way of counsel practice, where students regularly circle up and speak from the heart and listen from the heart. The next few slides will turn our focus to Palm Lane's commitment to academic excellence, highlighting the improvement in Palm Lane's achievement over the past few years. We will start with Smarter Balanced assessment data, which shows impressive growth since Vista began working with Palm Lane back in 2022. Last year, we went through a new ELA curriculum adoption process as we transitioned to My View and My Perspectives from Savas, which is a curriculum grounded in the science of reading. Palm Lane transitioned to iReady for math in 2022-23 and has almost doubled the percentage of students meeting or exceeding standard during that 2-year span. As we look deeper into iReady, which we also use for our verified data through our math and reading diagnostics, we see that Palm Lane has exceeded the state's target for annual typical growth in reading over each of the last 3 years and have done so in an increasing manner. Last year, the median progress toward typical growth in iReady reading exceeded the state's benchmark by 31 percentage points. Switching over to math, we see a very similar trend of exceeding the state's benchmark in each of the last 3 years and doing so in an increasing manner. Last year in math, Palm Lane's median progress toward typical growth exceeded the state's benchmark by 25 percentage points. I attribute these exceptional data trends to Palm Lane's consistent focus on combining high-quality Tier 1 grade-level instruction with effective differentiated support. I have also been incredibly impressed with Palm Lane's iReady data chat nights, where all students and staff come to the school and the students are discussing their data, their successes, and their challenges. That ownership of their own learning is powerful. The final academic data metrics that I'm going to share are from the California School Dashboard. The data paints the same picture of impressive academic growth at Palm Lane with an 11.5-point increase in the ELA distance from standard and the dashboard color going from orange to yellow between the 2023 and 2024 dashboards. On the math side, Palm Lane's dashboard saw a 15.4-point increase and also went from orange to yellow during that same time between the 23 and 24 dashboards. Overall, Palm Lane's data is a big green arrow pointing up, and I want to give credit to the Palm Lane team for their unwavering focus on serving our students. At this time, I'd like to pass the baton to Palm Lane's incredible principal, Ms. Debbie Prado.
Good evening, Superintendent Chavarria, Board President Alvarez, and members of the board. At Palm Lane, everything we do begins with one belief: Students must be well known to be well served. We are a community that stands alongside every child, their well-being, their growth, and their dreams. Our holistic approach is the heartbeat of our school. We prioritize social-emotional wellness because we know children learn best when they feel safe, connected, and valued. From classroom calm corners and our sensory room to the second step curriculum and counseling supports, we intentionally help students build resilience and empathy. Our data-driven practices and restorative approaches ensures every lesson is purposeful, targeted to growth, and grounded in a culture of belonging and reflection and a growth mindset. This is who we are at Palm Lane. At Palm Lane, we believe that when we serve a child, we serve a family. And when families thrive, our students soar. Our community school model is more than a structure. It's a promise that no family stands alone. Through this model, we have created a powerful network of care that reaches far beyond our classrooms, connecting families to food, stability, and opening doors to mental, physical, and emotional wellness supports, because we know that when families are well, children are able to truly thrive. At Palm Lane, our community school model is changing lives. We are not only educating students, we are lifting families, shaping future generations, and creating a place where our entire community grows stronger together. At Palm Lane, transformation happens every single day. Our community school model, powered by partnerships with the Anaheim Police Department, Anaheim Public Library, OCDE, Chalk, Cal State Fullerton, and more, elevates what it means to educate the whole child. Our students are not just learning content. They're building character, leadership, and purpose. We're not only preparing them for the future, we're inspiring them to build it. Our community school model has reshaped what education looks like, making it hands-on, intentional, and deeply rooted in meaningful relationships. At Palm Lane, no 2 days are ever the same. At Palm Lane, school isn't just somewhere students go. It's a life-changing experience they live every day. Our kids create through music and art, travel the globe and into space with VR in our innovation lab, compete in esports and code B-bots to make their ideas move into the real world. Our teachers are unwavering in their commitment. This year's 100% teacher retention is powerful proof of their belief in this vision. Our staff is fully committed, united in purpose, relentless in effort, and deeply invested in seeing every child succeed at Palm Lane. At Palm Lane, expanding our students' horizons isn't an extra initiative, it's the core of our mission. From the moment you turn into our driveway, you're greeted by 16 vibrant flags waving in front of our school, each one honoring the home countries of our students and their families. It's a powerful daily reminder that every culture in our community is not just welcomed, but deeply seen, valued, and celebrated. Every month, our parent and family workshops become powerful spaces where families feel seen, heard, and equipped to support their children. In our classrooms, teachers tackle and students tackle real-world issues in places like Ghana, Tanzania, Madagascar, and Brazil, and discover that their ideas and actions can create real change, both here at home and across the world. Renewing our charter will secure and expand this life-changing work, empowering even more students to rise as compassionate, action-driven global leaders. At Palm Lane, students don't just thrive during the school day. They're supported from the moment they arrive to the moment they go home and beyond. From the time our doors open, students step into programs that ignite curiosity and build confidence. Thriving beyond the school day is simply our norm. As you can see on this slide, our students move from class into Cub Scouts, bucket drumming, robotics, broadcasting, cheer, sports, newspaper, yearbook, and more. Together, these opportunities make Palm Lane a one-stop home for student growth before school, throughout the day, and well past the final bell. Superintendent Chavarria, Board President Alvarez, and members of the board, on behalf of the students, staff, and families of Palm Lane Global Academy, I want to express my deepest gratitude for the support we have received from your district. Your consistent support and responsiveness have made one thing clear. We are united by a single purpose, that our students not only succeed, but truly thrive. We have felt your urgency to keep our campus safe, well cared for, and firmly centered on children in every decision. Our own Vista Charter Public School Board has honored the autonomy of our charter, allowing us to build a high-quality program that meets the unique needs of our community, and our teachers and staff have been strengthened by Vista leaders who invest in us through coaching, meaningful professional development, and a willing to stand shoulder to shoulder with us in the work. We are deeply blessed by our families and community partners. Palm Lane is truly a community in action, and the level of commitment you see on our campus every day is both rare and powerful. Your vote to renew our charter will safeguard the future of this work and empower us to build on the traditions that we have started, expanding them into new, innovative opportunities for our students and families. As principal, I remain steadfast in my commitment to uphold the highest standards of our students, families, and our partners. Thank you for your trust, your support, and the continued opportunity to transform lives together.
It's recommended the Board of Education declare a public hearing for the purpose of receiving public comments on Vista Public Schools. I guess we have some speakers. Go ahead. Yes.
Yes. So I'll call up the speakers on behalf of Palm Lane. First, Gail Mitchor. Palm Lane Student Body President.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Gail Melchor, and I am Student Council President at Palm Lane Global Academy. I have been at Palm Lane from preschool through 6th grade. Thank you for being here today. I will share my experience at Palm Lane today. I want to take a moment to reflect on my journey through school and how my experience I've had here have shaped the person I am becoming. When I first walked into Palm Lane, I didn't know what to expect. I was nervous, shy, and unsure of where I would fit in. But over time, I realized that this school wasn't just a place to learn subjects, it was a place to discover who I am. I have had so many good experiences here. I remember the excitement of group projects and where we learned that teamwork can turn challenges into victory. I remember the teachers who believed in me even when I doubted myself, who reminded me that mistakes aren't failures, but steps towards improvement. And of course, I never forget the friendships I built, the laughter shared during breaks, and the small moments that made even the toughest days feel worthwhile. These experiences have taught me more than what's in textbooks. They've taught me discipline, patience, and resilience. They've shown me the importance of communication, kindness, and respect for others. Every success and every challenge has helped me grow, preparing me not just for exams, but for life itself. Because of my school experiences, I've learned that hard work pays off, that teamwork makes us stronger, and that learning never truly ends. The lessons I've gained here will guide me in my future, whether I'm studying, working, or facing life's unexpected turns. So today, as I look back, I feel proud and grateful, proud of how far I've come, and grateful for everyone who has been part of this journey. Palm Lane has not only given me knowledge, but also confidence, direction, and memories that will last a lifetime. These are some of the reasons why our school should remain a charter school. Charter schools offer more flexibility to create programs that fit students' needs. They can innovate and adapt quickly to improve learning outcomes. Keeping the school a charter school helps maintain community choice and involvement in education. Please vote to keep our school a charter school. Thank you.
Next up, Ms. Shay Mom.
Good evening, Anaheim Elementary School District. My name is Shay Mom, a 6th grade teacher from Palm Lane Global Academy. I have been in education for 18 years, starting in Garden Grove to South Central LA to Anaheim. In the 4 years at Palm Lane Academy, I am truly grateful and honored to be working alongside such dedicated, hardworking, and caring teachers, administrators, and staff who have the mindset of putting our students first. I want to acknowledge the hard work we put in daily because we know we have high expectations to meet, just like we have high expectations of our students. As a teacher, I have been given opportunities to hone in my craft. I appreciate our administrators for seeing my potential to grow in other roles and colleagues I can readily call to pick their brains and seek good advice. We may be a small school, but we have a strong team who wants each other to succeed in the roles we play in making the school experience a really great one. I am also a parent from Palm Lane Global Academy. I have a son in 2nd grade and a daughter in kindergarten. As a mom, it gives me great joy and peace of mind, not just being physically close to my children every day, but to know they are safe, challenged, and supported. I remember when my son was in kindergarten, we had family and friends over the house. Over the dinner table, he tells multiple friends and family members, "Hey, did you know everyone in my school loves me? They really do." He said it with the biggest smile, confidence, and pride. In 1st grade, I got to witness my son show empathy and compassion toward a couple of his peers because his teacher modeled these traits in her class, which he continues to model in his current 2nd grade class. A couple days ago, while my daughter was completing her homework, she realized she misspelled a word. And while erasing the word, she says, "Well, that's all right. Mistakes are okay because that's part of learning." Mrs. Hernandez tells me that. It's heartwarming to hear my 5-year-old pump herself up and not be afraid to try because she knows mistakes are part of learning and getting better. It is a privilege to get front row seats in seeing my kids blossom in their knowledge and character before my eyes. And for that, my husband and I thank the Palm Lane Global Academy community.
Next, Julia Monge.
Muy buenas tardes a todos.
Espera un momento para que le vamos a dar a alguien para que le traduzca. Gracias.
Muy buenas tardes a todos. Mi nombre es Julia Monge. Soy mamá de Tommy Figueroa, quien ha estado desde el 2019 en Tique y actualmente está en el 5º grado.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Julia Monge. I am the mother of Tommy Figueroa, who has been since 2019 in TK and actually currently is in 5th grade.
Para nosotros como familia estamos felices de tener a Tommy en Panley, ya que la comunicación de la escuela y los maestros hacia nosotros es muy efectiva.
For us as a family, we've been happy to have Tommy at Palm Lane since the school's communication and the teachers have been able to communicate with us very effectively.
Los programas y las técnicas que utilizan para el aprendizaje de los niños es excelente.
The programs and the techniques that they use for their learning, for the children's learning, is excellent.
Las actividades donde nos involucran a los padres también son muy buenas, ya que nos permiten conocer más de la escuela y sentirnos cerca de ellos y de nuestros hijos.
The activities in which they engage with us as parents have also been very good, since they allow us to learn more about the school and feel closer to them and to our children.
Otra de las cosas que admiramos mucho como padres de la escuela es la forma que están los salones de clases muy adecuados para los niños. Y una de las diferencias importantes que yo veo comparando Panley con otras escuelas es que empezando el año escolar no me tengo que preocupar por la lista de útiles escolares para la escuela que proporcionan todo a los niños.
Something else that I admire very much as parent of the school is the way that the classrooms are. They're very appropriate for all the children. And one of the differences, something that's very important in comparing Palm Lane to other schools, is that at the beginning of the school year, I don't have to worry about the list of school supplies because the school provides everything for the children.
Nosotros en el 2023 nos mudamos de Anaheim para Garden Grove y estaba un poco preocupada porque no quería trasladar a otra escuela porque a mi hijo le encanta Panley.
In 2023, we moved from Anaheim to Garden Grove, and I was very worried because I didn't want to have to transfer my child to another school because my child loved Palm Lane.
Y yo estoy muy feliz con la forma de la escuela, cómo la escuela trabaja y quiero que se gradúe de Panley. Antes de mudarnos, fui a hablar con la secretaria.
And I'm very happy with the way that the school works, and I would like my child to graduate from Palm Lane. So before moving, I went to go talk to the school secretary.
Y ella me dijo que no había problema, que solo actualizara la dirección y Tommy podía seguir siempre ahí mismo.
And the secretary told me that there was no problem, that all I needed to do was to update our new address and Tommy would be able to continue there.
Eso me dio paz y tranquilidad que mi hijo se podría quedar donde a él le gusta y continuar con su año escolar y primero Dios se gradúe de Panley.
And that gave me a lot of peace, a lot of calm, and the fact that my child would be continuing there in a place that he loves and continue there for the school year, and God willing that he graduate from Palm Lane.
La verdad es otra ventaja de la escuela, ya que nos permite tener esa oportunidad de decidir nosotros como padres y no como otras escuelas que de acuerdo a la dirección de casa tenemos que inscribir a los niños.
And this is another benefit of this school of continuing, since we are able to have that same opportunity for us to decide as parents, and not like other schools where it's according to our address, our residence, where they have to go.
Nosotros como familia siempre la promocionamos, ya que todo el personal y especialmente las maestras con las que Tommy ha recibido clases son muy profesionales y con mucha experiencia.
We as a family are always promoting the school, since all of the staff and especially all the teachers with which Tommy has received classes, they are very professional and they have a lot of experience.
Y para finalizar, decirles que nos sentimos seguros como padres de dejar a Tommy en la escuela y que se quede en buenas manos y que le van a cuidar siempre hasta que yo llegue a traerlo.
And just to conclude, I just wanted to say that we as parents feel very confident in leaving Tommy at school and that he is in good hands and everybody is going to take care of him always until I arrive for him.
Muchas gracias.
Thank you very much.
Next up, Judy Black.
I'm here representing Team Palm Lane. Yeah. Go Team Palm Lane! I am thankful each and every day for all the staff at Palm Lane Academy. My husband and I are grateful for the peace we feel knowing the administration and staff have my kids' education in their best interest. Let me explain how thankful I am. And let me explain to you why we are a Palm Lane family. We were at a different school district 2 years ago, and let me share you our story. Imagine each and every morning my third grade twins crying and throwing up in the school parking lot. Imagine having to fight the school to get my daughter into speech therapy that she desperately needed and then getting cut off right away. Imagine, to my surprise, when the staff singled out my son because he is overweight and weighed him without my knowledge, which led him to be self-conscious and withdrawn. Imagine the school badgering me that my twins were too close to each other, that they didn't have many friends, that they only talked to each other. And then imagine the principal telling me social services will be called because there must be something going on at home. Imagine how we felt. I really didn't know where to turn, but I knew I had to get my children out of there. The only thing wrong with my children was they were in a toxic environment. I believe by the grace of God that we found Palm Lane Academy, and we are blessed that they had 2 openings 2 months before school ended for third graders. I am pleased to say it has now been over 2 years that my children have been enrolled at Palm Lane. My twins love the environment they are in. The staff at Palm Lane put the children first, where they feel loved and accepted. They no longer have anxiety going to school. They have made the very best friends, and they feel very included. They ask me to buy extra lunch snacks for all of their friends during lunch. I buy a lot of snacks. Every day my daughter has received speech therapy the whole time she's been enrolled. No questions, because the staff knew it was absolutely needed. All the staff at Palm Lane dedicate their school to the children. They have after-school activities, after-school tutoring, summer activities. Imagine how much fun these kids have in these classes. They have robotics class, ASL, an art program. All of their extracurricular activities are amazing. Everything about Palm Lane is about the children thriving. It is about the children growing. It is about the children's education. We love Palm Lane. The previous school was a place of fear. The place we are in now is a place of love and peace. My wish is that more schools were modeled after Palm Lane. We are so grateful to have such a loving and wonderful learning space. Thank you.
And lastly, Miles Durfee.
It's always hard to follow the passion of the teachers and the students and the parents, but I was thinking I was going to have to follow our student body president, and I'm telling you, that's great skill. Congratulations. Good evening, Superintendent Chavarria and members of the Board of Education. My name is Miles Durfee, and I serve as the board chair of Vista Charter Public Schools, which includes Palm Lane Global Academy. I speak to you as someone who has dedicated my career to public education, focusing on challenging the system to provide better resources, services, and opportunities for our traditionally underserved communities. I joined the Vista board to continue that service and to support the dedicated work of our Palm Lane staff and our superintendent, Dr. Felch, and Principal Prado. I know this commitment to Anaheim families is a passion we all share. I recognize the deep personal connection you all have to the district, from the superintendent teaching here in Anaheim 25 years ago to Member Philbeck, who's a Palm Lane Elementary graduate herself. This shared foundation is why our partnership is so important. It is this shared goal that drives our mission at Palm Lane, to prepare engaged, compassionate global citizens for middle school and beyond. In our classrooms, this means we focus not only on the fundamentals, but we also move beyond mere memorization to teach the students to investigate the world, ask globally significant questions, and prepare for a future built on a strong STEAM foundation. The renewal petition before you tonight fully meets all the legal requirements for your approval, but we see it as much more than a compliance document. We've created it to be a transparent record of our successes and a clear-eyed look at the areas we're continually working to strengthen. It is in many ways a blueprint for the next 5 years of our partnership, outlining how we can continue to provide more resources and better opportunities for the students and families in Anaheim. We appreciate your time and consideration this evening. Your approval in December will allow us to continue our shared work for Anaheim students. Thank you.
Okay, so board members, we're able to ask some clarifying questions about what was presented tonight, but we also have an opportunity to read the document we got, review it, and then ask and pose questions to them at the December meeting where we'll make a decision as well. So if you want to ask some clarifying questions, that's okay.
Sir, I apologize. I didn't get your name. Yes.
Miles Durfee.
Oh, Mr. Durfee?
Yes.
Oh, I just have a question regarding your board meetings.
Yes.
Where are they?
We meet at our location, our corporate headquarters location in Santa Ana, and we teleprompt. We have a televideo where we have at all of our sites the ability for the parents, the students to come and publicly speak, and the staff.
Okay, so but they're in Santa Ana?
That's correct.
Okay, and how many board members do you have?
We have 5.
You have 5. How are they, sorry, I don't know how they get onto your board?
Yeah, so charter school boards are public boards just like yours, and we comply with the conflict of interest codes, and we comply with the Brown Act and all of those provisions. We're nominated, and then the board discusses those folks, and then they are appointed based on the election from the board.
So the existing board nominates people to, I imagine when you are going to have a vacancy or you have a vacancy, then the existing board nominates someone to take that spot. Is that correct?
Yes, so it's kind of like a recruitment process that we go through to identify candidates, much kind of like what your process would be when you have a vacancy on your board outside of the election cycle.
Do you have any parents from, or community members on your board?
We do. We have a number of parents. One parent is from the Palm Lane Global Academy community, and he's been involved and has a student at the school now. And then we have some others that have parents, and we have some folks that are either in the educational industry or also are at schools themselves, charter schools themselves.
Do you have any, is there a term? How long does someone serve?
Yeah, there are terms, and they're all stated. We similarly have a website like you do, and our terms are stated on the website, and those terms are revolving. I'd have to review our bylaws. 2 years, 2-year terms, and then I think Colin could answer, where we go after that. But board members are allowed to stay on after their 2-year terms if there's another need.
Thank you. That was all. I just wanted to know a little bit more about your
no
board.
worries. Thank you.
And I will review. This is some great holiday reading material here. I'm going to dive right there.
You can thank the California Department of Education.
Any more clarifying questions from today's presentation? Okay, we thank you so much. That being said, we'll now adjourn the hearing and give notice that the vote on the charter renewal is scheduled for the December 10th, 2025 regular board meeting. Thank you. All right, moving on to consent calendar. I'll give him a second to clear out. Okay, items listed under the consent calendar are considered to be routine and are acted on by the board in one motion. There is no discussion on these items unless a member of the board, staff, or public requests specific items to be discussed and or removed from the consent calendar. Are there any items at this time to be pulled, trustees? None? Okay. May I have a motion to approve the consent calendar as it stands?
So moved.
Moved by Ruelas. Any second?
Second.
Second, A. Alvarez. Discussion? Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Abstentions? Okay, motion carries 4-0. Moving on to the action calendar. From the superintendent's office, it's recommended the Board of Education receive for first reading revisions to the following policy: BP 6158 independent study, AR 6158 independent study, E 6158 independent study. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Motion by Ruelas.
Second.
Second, A. Alvarez. Any discussion? Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Abstentions? Motion carries 4-0. It's recommended the Board of Education receive the draft January 2026 through June 2027 board meeting schedule for first reading of revisions. The final schedule will be brought for approval at the December 10th, 2025 annual organizational meeting. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Moved by Ruelas.
Second.
Second, I'll give it to Philbeck. Any discussion? Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Abstentions? Motion carries 4-0. It's recommended the Board of Education adopt resolution number 2025-26/22 authorizing remuneration of board member Julie Dia for her absence at the October 22nd, 2025 board meeting.
So.
Moved by Philbeck.
Second.
Second by A. Alvarez. Any discussion?
Just clarifying question, is this, this situation, her situation, this is part of the next vote that we're doing as well?
This situation is for the October 22nd special board meeting that we had, this resolution, and it does qualify under Ed Code, meets the requirements under where the board can approve payment.
Okay.
Any other questions? Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Abstentions? Motion carries 4-0. It's recommended the Board of Education adopt resolution number 2025-26/23 granting board member Yip a leave of absence for up to 3 months consistent with the provisions of Government Code Section 1770G.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by A. Alvarez, second by Philbeck. Any discussion?
Yes, clarifying question. When you're on leave, does that mean that she's forfeiting her stipend for that time?
So given her situation, it does fall under the ed code, like I stated earlier. So we're requesting, if the board's okay, if you approve it, then she can receive payment. Because it's not because she's refusing to come, it's based on a situation that she's dealing with that meets the ed code requirements.
But she's not going to any of the events and whatnot that are at her school sites? And she can't do this through the...
Well, under HIPAA regulations, I can't really state the reasons why, but just know that given the situation, it does qualify under ed code, and this is under advisement from our attorneys that the board, if they approve it, can proceed and do this given her current situation.
Okay, any other questions? Okay, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed?
No.
Okay, that's 1 no. Okay, abstentions? Okay, motion carries 3-1. It's recommended the Board of Education.
3-1.
3-1, yes. Correct, 3-1. It's recommended the Board of Education accept nominations for the California School Boards Association CSBA Delegate Assembly Region 15. CSBA delegates serve 2-year terms. Those elected in 2026 will serve a 2-year term beginning April 1st, 2026 through March 31st, 2028. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Moved by Morales.
Second.
Second, A. Alvarez. Discussion? Okay, so at this point, it's a do we have anyone we want to nominate? If not, then it just goes mute or moot. Appropriate word. No one to nominate? Okay, so we're just gonna leave it as it is? Okay, thank you. Moving on. No nominations at this time. Okay, Special Education Services is recommended the Board of Education adopt resolution number 2025-26/21 to approve the submission of the continued funding application CFA to the California Department of Education and renew the California State Preschool Program CSPP contract and kindergarten and family literacy support CPKS contract and will be automatically renewed for 2026-27 fiscal school year. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
So moved by Morales. Second by Philbeck. Any discussion? Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Abstentions? Motion carries 4-0. Let's go on to Human Resources. It's recommended the Board of Education receive the draft 2026-27 school calendar for first reading. The final calendar will be brought for our approval at the December 10th, 2025 school board meeting. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Moved by Morales.
Second.
Second by A. Alvarez. Do I have any discussion? Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Abstentions? Motion carries 4-0. On to Administrative Services. It's recommended the Board of Education adopt resolution number 2025-26/24 declaring the zoning ordinances of the City of Anaheim inapplicable to the Clara Barton School property. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Moved by Ruelas.
Second.
Second, A. Alvarez. Discussion? Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Abstentions? Motion carries 4-0. It's recommended the Board of Education adopt resolution number 2025-26/25 declaring the zoning ordinances of the City of Anaheim inapplicable to the Benjamin Franklin School property. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Moved by Morales. Second by Philbeck. Any discussion? Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Abstentions? Motion carries 4-0. It's recommended the Board of Education adopt resolution number 2025-26/26 declaring the zoning ordinances of the City of Anaheim inapplicable to the Patrick Henry School property. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
So moved by Morales.
Second.
Second, A. Alvarez. Any discussion? Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Abstentions? Motion carries 4-0. It's recommended the Board of Education adopt resolution number 2025-26/27 declaring the zoning ordinances of the City of Anaheim inapplicable to the Lower Era School property. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Moved by Morales,
Second.
second by Alvarez. Alvarez, any discussion? Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Okay, motion carries, abstentions? Motion carries 4-0. Okay, nothing on governance. Moving on to board discussion. Board member activities related to school business, starting with Trustee Alvarez.
Good evening, everybody. I just want to say that October felt like it lasted 78 days, and November is done in 5 days, right? But the good thing about October is that we got to participate in so many fun activities with our families, our students, and our teachers. I just want to highlight a couple of events that I was able to attend, starting with our Ponderosa trunk or treat. I got there, and I guess I missed the rush, but Principal Mays was telling us that at one point there was about 200 students cycling through the area where they had all the cars set up. And I want to give a special shout out to the teachers that were there. It was a Friday afternoon. It was like 5 o'clock, and they were there with so much spirit, handing out candy, just so excited. And there was a Dodgers game on TV, I guess, that day. Notice a disdain in my voice. But despite that, they were giving of their time and of their energy to greet families and children, and it just seemed like such a fun event and just really indicative of the community that has built around the Ponderosa School because of the staff that are there and are willing to show up for their families and their students. The following week, I was able to participate briefly at the Lights On It after school event at Ross. And the presentation that I got to see was so entertaining, and I had no idea Superintendent Chavarria had the moves that he did in him. So I want to say, if you haven't had a chance to look at that video, find it from someone and watch it. But again, indicative of the community that our SFACE team and our after-school program team have really done to bring all of our families together in a spirit of community and just joy and celebrating each other. The very next day was the Dia de los Muertos events in City Greens, and while I missed the performances by the kiddos, I am continuously impressed by the work and the dedication that goes into setting up these beautiful altars that the families and the PTA does. I look at it and I'm just like in awe of all of the work that the kids do to bring culture, into the campus and to celebrate the culture with each other, especially in a time where our culture is under scrutiny, right? And these families came out so proudly and said, this is who we are, and we're not going anywhere. So I champion that, and I'm so excited, and was so excited and happy to see that at the City Greens that week. The very next day, we had the Anaheim Fall Festival and the parade, and that was so much fun. It was my first parade that I've ever been in, and I got to walk it, and it didn't even feel like it was any kind of distance because just getting the energy from the crowd was so amazing. And I want to give a special shout out. Our drum line is amazing. They were setting the pace for everybody. And if I wasn't holding the banner with Jackie, I probably would have started dancing along with them and been like, Jackie, you're on your own. Because they were just so good, and the crowd was feeding off of their energy and what they were playing, and they just looked like they had so much fun. And then right behind us was the cheer squad, and they were cheering, and it just made everything feel 100 times better. And again, for those of people who don't know about the Anaheim Fall Festival Parade, it's something that's been going on for many, many, many years. I got to watch it when I was a kid growing up, and it brings this huge city to have this like tiny small town feel, and I don't know how many cities can replicate that, right? Anaheim is, everyone looks at us as this big tourist attraction, but in that moment, we got to be a small community, and we got to be in community with our families and our students. I want to speak to our AUHSD College and Career Fair that we partnered with our Anaheim Union High School District. And one of the things that I really love about this College and Career Fair is that it allows our littles to see what's available for them beyond school, right? But not just like a traditional four-year college or, a university, but all of the pathways that are open to them. We have so many different learners. And when we talk about universal design for learning and teaching to the student, what a wonderful opportunity for them to see that there's so many options, right? And to see the jobs that like their parents do reflected as an opportunity for them when they get older as well. So that's a really cool event that I enjoy participating in as a parent. And then watching all the other parents there with their kids as well. I think that's such a great thing. And then finally, I just want to again recognize Megan Lee from Loera and Lauren Hastings from Orange Grove with their recognition of Teacher of the Year. Watching Megan's video and learning about her ducklings, I was like, I want to be in her classroom, right? I want to get to learn from her compassion, her empathy, and the same for Lauren. Just Lauren, their spirit that they bring with them, the energy that they bring into the classroom. You know, we are so lucky to have them amongst our educators and in our midst and in our district. And that concludes my report.
Thank you, Mr. Morales.
Thank you. Yes, the month of October was super fast. When I was going through and looking at different events, I was like, wait, that was just after the last board meeting? Like it was really fast. So I'm going to go ahead and start off by, of course, recognizing where I was at first, which was a dinner. A dinner with the Orange County School Board Association and AXA, a joint dinner that took place. I know a couple of my colleagues were also there. The food was delicious, surprisingly, and the speech was good. And it's also nice to network and see some of our colleagues from throughout the Orange County there as well and catch up with them. The next, about a few days later, I had the honor of speaking at an event that was hosted through OCO. It was a virtual event, but I was really, really honored to speak with Jeff Morgenstern, the president of the Anaheim Secondary Teachers Association, was one of the guest speakers invited to speak. I was invited to speak. Dr. Jaron Freed, our assistant superintendent of Ed Division in the Anaheim Union High School District and soon to be superintendent in about a month, he was there speaking, and of course our very own Jesse Chavarria was there speaking as well. And the students played a very active role in this conference, which was great. The questions they posed were fantastic. It was nice seeing a lot of our cabinet members there in support. You know, I was very proud to speak about my experience as a board member in this amazing district. I then was also at the National Lights On ELOP event that took place over at Ross. Yes, the dancing skills of Superintendent Chavarria, they were definitely interesting. But since the whole tone of and the whole presentation itself was about anti-bullying, I'm going to say they were fantastic and you did a great job. Okay, no critiques here, especially for those of you that have actually seen me dance. So it was fun. The kids all had a good time, and the swag that was being handed out was definitely legit. The Dia de los Muertos event, as well as the parade itself, that entire weekend, our city feels like it is a small town. Literally from the festivals going on that's there on Friday night to the parade the next day. I was able to attend the Dia de los Muertos event on the 24th, but even as small town feel that I had going, I was still got there ridiculously late because I had dinner first before, and I missed a lot of the performances. So, but the altars were beautiful, and it is something that really just truly warms my heart to see each of the personalities of each of the school sites, and you know what it is that they celebrate, and it's fantastic. I was able to go and get a couple trunk or treats under my belt, not that I need them, but the Franklin trunk or treat was fantastic as always. And then later on that evening, I don't know why I do this to myself. I had to go to another one over at Key. This one was not hosted by any of our schools, but was instead hosted by our council member, Carlos Leon. But our students were all definitely there in full effect. My neighbors were there, which was awesome. And I live on far east side Anaheim, and they were there. They were just like, "What's up, Russell?" In their lowrider cars and stuff. It was cool. It was very fun, and I was very excited that I got to raffle off one of the prizes to one of the participants that was there. Then, of course, we had our the PTA Reflections Awards Gallery, which was cool, really cool, artistic. I'm envious of our students. I have no art ability at all. So to see the wide array of things that our students are able to produce and create, it's awesome. It's exciting. And then last but certainly not least, I ended, the month of October and November events with the 2025 OC Teacher of the Year banquet at the Disneyland Hotel. It is funny talking with people whose first time it is going to this event. I've been blessed to have gone to this event for 11 years now, and myself being a former semifinalist for this award recognition, it's cool. And the two individuals that were recognized, Megan Lee and Lauren Hastings, I can speak to Lauren Hastings because I remember, and we were reminiscing and we're talking about it at my table that I was at her table, and I was talking, she asked me, she was like, do you remember when I made that lava cake? And I was like, yes. It was like my first week, I think, ever elected to this board, and I went visiting all the school sites, and Lauren was a young teacher who basically brought in this awesome cake. And really, I've always remembered, I had a confessor. I said, honestly, Lauren, I was like, that's all I kept thinking about all night, good for you, but you're an amazing baker, and this chocolate lava cake is legit. Just kudos to them. They did fantastic. We're very, very proud of them, and best of luck to Megan as she continues on. So with that concludes my report. Thank you.
Thank you. Clerk Philbeck.
Okay. October was busy. I was surprised too when I looked at all the things that have happened since the last board meeting, and there was actually a lot that you're kind of in luck because there was a lot I couldn't go to. Otherwise, we would be here a very, very long time. I'll just start with a few of the things that have already been mentioned. And as Belinda said, I did attend the ribbon cutting for the Public Works Sustainability Education Center, which was great. And Belinda mentioned, if you want to go see about water conservation, play some games, I know we're going to have classes and stuff going over there. It's just really a great collaboration for our district and with the city of Anaheim. And as was mentioned, the OCSBA joint acced dinner, the keynote singer was Candy Singh, and it was it was a very interesting speech. Trust and inspire, inspiring leaders to move beyond compliance and towards a culture of trust, collaboration, and shared purpose. So it was deep, but she made it really interesting. I tried my best to get to the Anaheim Succeeds National Lights On. But coming from Irvine, even though I left at 4:30, I got there on the stroke of 6. Just enough time to rush in and see them packing up. But it looked like, as people were leaving, that it was well attended. And the more I hear about Superintendent Chavarria and your moves, I'm thinking I might have to challenge you to a dance-off. I just might. Don't think I won't. Anyways, but we appreciate all the effort that goes into those events, and there's a lot. There's a lot that goes into it. I did attend her at the Center Greens, which is that new, it's not new, but they've revamped it, the park that's over by the river. It's a skate park. It's over by the community center, and I had my doubts. I was kind of like, but that's where we have that, but they also moved the Fall Festival over there the next day. Dia de los Muertos was fantastic. Our mariachi and ballet folklore groups performed. The altars were amazing. And then the next day, the actual Fall Festival was there. And it was great. Rather than the downtown area, I really liked it a lot better. So kudos to the city for putting it there. It was great. The parade was amazing. It's fun. It's always fun. I think I've been in 11 of those now. And I would have to agree with all of the drum line was fantastic. Also, I didn't get to hear a lot of the performance band, but I heard that they were absolutely amazing too. And the cheerleaders, They were spot on, and they looked great. I think that's the first year we've had the cheerleaders in, right? There were so many comments from the sides and so many comments after of how great, not only how great we sounded and looked, but how much even we're improving every year. It's better and better and better. So that was a lot of fun. I went to the trunk or treat combo that Olive and Jefferson had together, which was interesting, and it worked out great. You know, they just kind of back up to each other, and they took the whole center there, and there was enough room for everybody, and I got to knock off 2 of them, you know, in one, and it was just really great. So that was fun. On, I believe it was the 3rd of November, the Ducks were at Orange Grove, and for a special celebration for literacy, as Belinda already reported on. But I did attend that, and it was great because I got to watch the kids in the outdoor activities, you know, shooting the pucks and things with Wild Wing on the blacktop. Excuse me. And then we went inside later for a reading of Brady and the B Team by 2 of the Duck players, Nikita Nestorenko and Ian Moore. It was wonderful, and there was swag, baskets, and jerseys for the school. I just want to say thank you also to Mrs. Polizzi for getting us there and doing the work to bring this about, but also for the Ducks organization for the attention that they give us and the support. It just was a lot of fun, and we just really appreciate it. And the kids just go crazy. They absolutely love it, especially when Wild Wing comes through. The Anaheim Public Utilities also hosted a community event at Ponderosa, which I was able to stop by the other night, and it was just really interesting. It was fun. Resource tables, fun activities, water conservation again, rebates, how to get information on rebates and discounts. It was just really a good community event. And also, right straight from there, I went to PTA Reflections Gallery at Key. Thank you to everyone who put that together. I know that your lovely wife had a lot to do, like she does every year, with getting that organized and together. So thank you, Jessie, and the rest of the PTA, Maritza and all of them that worked on that. We celebrated the district winners, and it was a fabulous showcase of student artwork to where I couldn't. I'll wait. Thank you. I just need your attention for a few more minutes. We really have some talented people in our district, some students. I was absolutely amazed at the caliber of artwork. I mean, you just don't expect this from elementary school students. You know, you expect it to be a little more simplistic, and wow, the concepts, the ideas, the colors, the art. I was literally just kind of blown away with it. It's amazing. So yes, I'm so glad that we focus on the arts and the music at this district. Let's see. One of the most fun things I've been to in a long time was I was at the Jefferson ribbon cutting for our new book vending machine, which if you haven't seen it, go see one. It is just, they're amazing. It's like how, you know, you would go get snacks and you would hit E6 and your M&Ms come rolling out. Instead, it says, what does it say? Something like, here comes your book, or something like that. And then the book they selected, which they're all on the front, drops out and they take it. And as was described, yes, they get a coin for their birthday, but I believe they're going to be factoring in some other ways that the students get to do that. And we saw Clifford the Big Red Dog. I just want to thank, the third graders performed a sago drumming piece with music teacher Danny Howe. There were other representatives from Scholastic Books and the Anaheim Public Library. Thank you to Principal Dougherty and fifth grade teacher Miss Jae-Ing Kim. I'm sorry if I didn't say that right. How do I say it? Miss Kim. And also curriculum specialist Miss Song Kim. So we received media coverage by Telemundo, and that was fun too. It's always exciting to be able to be so proud of what's going on at our schools. But trust me, those vending machines, what a great idea, and they are super. I've told people about them, and they're like, what? You know, books come? Yeah, that's pretty cool. I attended the Teacher of the Year banquet also, and again, I think it's also my 11th one. Thank you to Schools First for the lovely reception prior to the banquet, and also congratulations to Lauren from Orange Grove and Megan from Luera. I was honored to be able to go to the first couple of times Megan was, as she was advancing up, the surprises. And that was really a lot of fun, and we wish her luck at the state level. This last Saturday, I attended at Santa Ana College the ELOP, Dia de los Muertos speech warm-up tournament. I just went there for the awards, and it's pretty exciting. There's going to be the finals, I believe, in the spring. These kids are amazing. They just are, and the categories that they compete in are unreal. So that was, I always enjoy going to that. And let's see, I'm almost finished here. I was not able to attend, but I'm going to mention these anyways. Thank you with the partnership to our Anaheim Public Library for they welcomed our Franklin families as the first group of AESD parents and students for a walking field trip to the local library. And then on 11/7, a group of AESD parents attended a family workshop and tour at the Central Branch. So we appreciate the partnership more and more as it grows. And also, I said I would mention, I wasn't able to attend again because there was a traffic time thing, but at the All-Star Mariachi and Ballet Folklorio students that performed at the University of California, Irvine's Dia de los Muertos celebration outside the Barclay Theater. So I've been when they've gotten to perform at the soccer. Our kids are getting out there, and they're really, really amazing. They're making us so proud, and they're more and more and more polished every time they perform. So thank you to all of our music teachers and our staff, and Mark Anderson and Laura, everybody that does this extra bit to get them into these lanes and let them have the sheer joy and experience of performing, because you can just, they look good and they are doing very, very well. So I think that's enough, and thank you for listening. That ends my reports.
Thank you. I'm going to start with the Fall Festival Parade. Always fun to go. I had the pleasure of having my son and my goddaughter in the cart with us, so it's kind of cool to be out there waving at people together. I love the feeling of just being out there with our community and them seeing all of our students and families kind of parading down. Everyone knows each other, everyone's saying hi, everyone's jumping up and down, everyone's screaming at each other, so it's kind of a cool experience that we get to see it from the street out instead of into the street, so it's a kind of cool perspective that we always get. Thank you for everyone who pours their heart out into making that event happen. I know it's a lot of behind the scenes stuff, and thank you for you guys. I know you guys do a lot of work to make that happen. And you'll do it with grace. Dia de los Muertos event in Anaheim, I'm just so happy to see that event continue, and it's not fading away. Our families are connecting. It's a great place for our families to feel like they belong, and their culture is being showcased. And so I'm really proud that we send our students to perform, and our families come up with the altars, and our teachers get involved, and our staff get involved with also helping with that. I know it's a lot of collaborative work to do. A long day at work, and then you go over there and you set all this up, and then you spend all night there. So I appreciate all the staff that also helps out to make sure that happens for our families. Also went to the Teacher of the Year dinner. Congratulations to Megan and Lauren. We're so proud of you guys. We're so proud of our teachers in general. Fantastic people doing great things for our kids, right? So that's what teachers do. So it's always great to celebrate you all in those spaces. And then it's not just couple of teachers from our district, is a ton of teachers from all over the county, and it's just really cool to see little vignettes that they create with the teachers and their inspiring story. And you just imagine, okay, if these people here are the semifinalists with this inspiring story, how many hundreds of other vignettes could we have created for the school year? And there's just so much amazing work happening around our county and in our school district with regards to teaching and connecting with our kids. I also went to the PTA Council Reflections Awards. I also want to prop up Laura Houston. Laura Houston does a lot of work also with the PTA and supporting them, and I know that our district doesn't necessarily need to provide staffing to help with that, but it is appreciated, and it really helps to get those events going. And in the end, it's just showcasing our kids and their talent, hoping that it sparks something in them with regards to maybe a career or performance type of hobby that they'd like to get into later on, and or maybe even just doing like visual art as a thing, right? So I'm just glad that I'm proud of our district for continuing to support the arts. But there's still more work to do, I think, with the visual art component, but we're getting there, right? So and the talent is there. You just gotta create spaces for it. So I'm glad that we're able to support PTA and having that happen every school year. With that, I just want to wish everyone like a reflective and peaceful Thanksgiving holiday. I know it's a lot of crazy madness all the time around here. And so I hope that you find some joy with your family and friends and enjoy some food. I'm not making anything this year, so I'm just going to figure out what we're going to eat. But the bottom line is spend time with your loved ones and reflect on the things that we have, and just be grateful for being here and being able to be part of lives of children that we are molding. So thank you, everyone, for being you, and I hope you have a great break. That's my report, okay?
May I add one?
Yes,
I'm
go
sorry,
for it.
I forgot, I missed my notes, and I did promise I would mention this. Orange County Department of Education had a dual language immersion leadership network at Jefferson, there were administrators and teachers from all over coming in, learning how to establish better dual language education and learning a lot from us. So I was really proud that we were able to offer a lot for that. And I apologize, I missed that in my notes, but I did promise I would mention it. So thank you.
Okay, thank you. All right, any suggested future agenda items? Okay, go ahead and adjourn the meeting today at 8:44 p.m. Our next meeting is Wednesday, December 10th. Thank you, everybody.
Do you want this?
Oh, Jesse, can you do me a favor and email me the digital copy of this? Okay. I only have